Okay. So I've come to this conclusion, I really don't like introing. I don't know how to do it, so let's try again. Okay. Hi guys, my name's Dana Vaughan and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my nose job. So I had my nose done a year ago last Friday. So the 22nd of May 2019 I had my nose done, and honestly the best decision and best investment I have ever made for my self-confidence, my breathing, which was actually one of the main reasons why I had it done. I always have people messaging me asking like all the questions. They want to know everything, and I thought it's going to be a lot easier to just make a Q&A video. So I asked over on my Instagrams, both of my Instagrams, ask me your questions so that I can cover everything that, oh my god, this fringe. It's new and I don't like know how to style it, so at the moment it just looks a bit like, because I just washed my hair, so I'm trying to tuck it behind my ears. I love it, but it's just a bit annoying. Anyway, back to the nose job. So I'm gonna get your questions up. Hopefully I don't knock this over because yeah, literally just sit on my bed on a tripod. So can I move? Do you move? Yes, you do. I also really need to smash out this video in 20 minutes, so RIP to me and good luck to me too, because I just don't know if that's gonna happen. Firstly, before we start, I just want to put a little disclaimer out there. First things first, I got a nose job for me, not for you, so don't tell me that when I show you my old pictures I didn't need it. That's cool, you can think that, but I wanted one for as long as I can remember. I needed one as well, not just for looks, but looks was definitely a big part of it. Secondly, you don't need to get a nose job, you don't need to get any procedures done to feel better about yourself. You shouldn't ever do something in the hopes to, you know, feel like your life is going to be 100 times better, because it's not. There's always going to be something you want to change about it. And thirdly, don't judge anyone who wants to get it done. Like, it's not your body, it's their body, and I feel like if you're doing it for the right reasons, then great, go for it. I didn't do it because anyone told me I needed to do it. I did it because I wanted to do it, and I knew for so long that I wanted it done. And yeah, like I said, best thing I have ever done. So I kind of feel like I'm contradicting myself in my disclaimer because I really didn't write anything down, and it was just kind of like straight off the bat. But I just wanted to mention that all I'm trying to say is you do what you want to do, and although the reason I got it done was mostly for my looks, I didn't go in with any unrealistic expectations. I had no expectations. I didn't know what I was going to come out with. I knew that by doing this, it was going to be better than, you know, what I had, because the only way it could have possibly been worse for me is if it got bigger. But I'm pretty sure I talk about it later on in the video. I just want to put that out there. Don't come at me if I've forgotten something, because I'm sure there will be a keyboard warrior somewhere that's like, anyway, just want to put that out there. Okay, bye. I felt like the nose that I had before didn't quite fit my face, whereas this nose, I was like, oh my god, this is the nose that I was meant to have. So there you go. I'm going to get the questions up now. I decided to get it done because I felt really self-conscious looking at my nose, and also like nose issues runs through my family. The actual surgery that I had done was septorhinoplasty and turbinoplasty, so they straightened up my septum, opened up my airways, and did the, you know, the rhinoplasty part of it, which is like the plastic surgery. However, I didn't go to a plastic surgeon. There's a big difference between going to an ENT, which I went to, he's an ears, nose and throat specialist, and a plastic surgeon, but we will get into that later. So I decided to have it done because I literally just felt like my nose didn't fit on my face. It was the thing that I saw all the time. It was more about looks for me than it was breathing, but breathing, the fact that I struggled to breathe through my nose came in handy because it actually helped with the cost of things, because I medically had to have it done. I don't know if I actually broke my nose, but my surgeon like thinks it was a high chance that I did break it when I was younger. I used to play a lot of basketball growing up and like netball and tennis, so I've had a few balls thrown to my face at like quite high speed and it really flippin' hurts. Another reason is I just remember one day looking at my nose and being like, what the fuck? When did that get there? So I'll insert some photos of what my nose looked like. Let's ignore the makeup that was there. We've come a long way since those boxy brows and yeah. It's not the worst nose in the world, absolutely not, but for me, I just was like, if there's one thing I can do and I can afford to do it and I know how badly I want it done and I'm doing it for all the right reasons, fuck it, basically, I'm going to get it done. So I did, and that was what made me decide, pretty much. Mine was, I wish I had the papers here with me, but they're in my mum's house, so I'll insert it all on the screen, like how much exactly. So this document that I've inserted here was actually sent to me from my surgeon. It basically just tells you what you have to pay. So I thought I would insert this here because people might find that interesting. This document here covers all of my surgeon fees and sort of just explains what I had done as well. So I'm going to leave that there because this is just the easiest way to show you that I'm not going to miss anything. I have private health insurance, which helped a lot, and the fact that I medically needed the septoplasties and turbinoplasties really helped. So I think it was like 4K something, and then I got just over $1,000 back. I was really lucky in that aspect, but if I had gone to a plastic surgeon who based basically everything on just the way you look, they don't care. So I hear they don't care so much about the breathing and the functionality of your nose. It's more just based on the looks. Whereas my surgeon, he's more focused on like making sure I can breathe at the end of the day. Choosing a surgeon for me was not hard at all. I had a referral by my doctor and I just felt really comfortable with my surgeon. He was so nice. He was a bit younger, and he just was really honest. So I loved that. He was super great. The one thing that really sold me choosing him as my surgeon was how comfortable he made me. He was so realistic from the beginning. So I was like,
can I see before and afters of your work? Because like, you know, I want to know what I'm getting myself into. It's my face.
And he just pretty much explained to me, you know, I can, firstly, client private stuff like can't show you. Fair enough. Secondly, he pretty much explained to me that you can look at a picture of a nose or someone else's nose that I have done, but it does not mean that your nose is going to turn out like that, nor is that nose necessarily going to fit your face. And to me that really resonated with me because it's like a client coming to me. I'm a makeup artist for those who don't know, by the way, but it's like a client coming to me showing me an inspiration photo of Candice Swanepoel and they look like the total opposite of Candice Swanepoel. Basically, you're never going to look like that person, even if I do the exact same thing, because your bone structure is different, your skin tone is different, everything is so different, and what suits one person is not going to suit the other. So I just really respected him. I also didn't have put any crazy expectations on myself, so I feel like I really couldn't be let down. And I don't know, I just felt really good in leaving my face up to him. It actually worked out really well that my surgeon was right near my house. Like the day that I could do was the closest private hospital to me, so that worked out. Like it just could not have been any better for me. My surgeon was Dr. Patrick Guiney. He's based in Melbourne, Victoria. I feel like the reconstruction part isn't his specialty, but for what I wanted, which was essentially just like a big chunk out of my nose out, like the width and the bump, He did such a good job, and I have recommended him to everyone, and I know about 3 or 4 people have told me since that they've seen him and been super happy with the results. So I'm stoked that people went by my recommendation and chose him and felt comfortable enough to trust me, who trusted him, and then they trusted him. Does that make sense? It takes a year for your nose to fully recover. The swelling starts from up here and makes its way down to the tip. So I have seen changes in the last couple of months with my nose. When the cast firstly came off, like the tip of my nose, oh my god, was like rock hard. It was so weird, but I've got so much more movement in there now, and like it's softer to the touch, which is awesome. I originally took 2 weeks off of work, but after about a week and a half, I slowly started having a couple of clients here and there. Like I did a lash lift and tint, but it was only for like people that I felt comfortable to see like my bruising and everything. So I was like, I can do it, but I'm just warning you that like I look a bit cooked right now because I've got bruises and, you know, had a nose job last week. The first like few days I didn't really have an appetite, which is like really unlike me. Like that's not like me at all. I've still got videos that when I was documenting it on my Instagram, so I will insert them now. This is me right now. Look at this. Hold on. Oh, that's snotty blood. Delicious. My eyes, like, I don't know if you can hear me. My eyes like swollen up so much. They're about to give me some endo though, so can't wait for that. The worst pain was day 3, and I can't remember if it was 4, but day 3 was definitely, I was like, oh, I am like a puffed up bee right now, and it was just not a good look. Although I didn't have as much bruising and like hecticness as I was expecting to. But yeah, the recovery was fine. There was no pain. The only reason that day 3 was probably the worst was because I was so congested. Like I have like stuffing essentially up my nose, so you can't breathe through your nose. You have to go, you have to sleep up straight with all the pillows, and that's really difficult. Yeah, after not that long I felt fine. It was like day 5, I was like, ping, I've got energy again, my appetite's back, and I'm kind of ready to, you know, get working again, because why not? Everyone's so scared of the pain. It was just not painful. The recovery, I sort of started lightly blowing my nose and the packing out, because Dr. Patrick Guiney used like a packing that dissolves and you can blow out over time rather than the splints that they pull out. Apparently that's like the worst part of having your nose done, and I'm so glad I didn't have to go through that. This might be a bit disgusting, but like if you're into that kind of gross shit, you might like this. But it was like so insanely satisfying to blow my nose out and just have this like black packing come out. And I also have to do this thing with like, I think it's saline, you like push it up your nose and like sort of blow it out. People with like sinus issues do it, and you just get like clots of blood and like heaps of snot. And yeah, look, if you don't like that shit, like I'm sorry, but I was like loving it sick, like a little bit too much. Like, it was just so satisfying. I sound like the biggest sicko right now, but it was just really satisfying. I felt sick, I was so anxious, but I was so excited at the same time. Like I just was in disbelief that it was happening and I was finally getting this thing that I wanted so bad done. I did have a little bit of anxiety, but that's because I was obviously working in the lead up, and so that was just like heightening my anxiety, and I was like, oh my god, I feel so sick, like why do I feel like it is? And I was sort of convinced that it wasn't the fact that I was getting my nose done the next day, but my mum was like, hello Dana, you're about to go through major surgery, like it's probably because you're getting your nose done. But other than that, I wasn't really anxious. I was just so excited. Okay, let's talk about when I got my cast off. I actually got my mum to video it, so I'll insert that video right now. It's gonna be really embarrassing, but right now.
A little bit as we do this. Just gonna sneak a little peek under there.
Oh, that wasn't so bad.
Good. Get those tapes off. Now you're going to look all a bit yellow and funny there.
Do you like it?
Oh, gee, you didn't give her a chance to consider it. I'm just going to give you a little wipe so you've got a bit of,
Oh my god.
bit of sticky stuff on there that I used to hold the tapes on. And I'm going to get rid of that. Just make sure there's...
Oh my god, yeah. So I just was like over the moon, bawled my eyes out. And if you know me, like, I'm not really much of a crier. Or however, as I get older, I'm getting way more sensitive and a crybaby. But I was so happy. I just burst into tears. I was so happy with how my nose looked. Like, I could not believe that he achieved everything that I wanted, which was so amazing. I don't think he realized that mostly I wanted it done because I hated the way that my nose looked. But he just nailed it. Another thing you need to remember is, like, I went in with no expectations other than it can only look worse if it gets bigger. And there was no way it was getting bigger when he was breaking it and literally shaving away the bone or whatever he does. Did I have any regrets? Did I have any regrets having it done? Nothing. I don't regret anything. Like I said, best decision of my life. I've got so many of them. I was a little bit unhappy when I compared the pair because I was like, oh, it's still like a bit of a bump. But since then, my nose has changed so much. Like, the bump that I thought was there on one angle has really calmed down. If you have any more questions, just leave them below. I feel like I've covered everything. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel and turn the notification bell on so that you know when I upload next. My aim is to upload every Thursday morning. So if you have any other video ideas, just comment them down below as well. I hope you liked this and found it insightful and helpful. People message me all the time, so I'm glad that I've done this video now and I can just show you this. That's it from me today, guys. Don't forget to go and follow me on my Instagrams, danavaughan and at dmv.makeupartistry. But the first thing, spit it out, Dana. Because, oh, spit it fucking out, mate.